All right, boys. A little bit of a talking head video. I have been streaming now for almost 15 months. I started streaming on January 1st of 2024 with the intent of streaming every day of that year to the benefit of the Shriners Foundation for Children with Bone Disease, which is something that I do have experience with myself, having osteogenesis imperfecta. And when I was a young kid, they've afforded me the great health care that I needed to make it to this day. I'm 42 years old now. They gave me treatments and surgeries. And so by doing so, they've allowed me to go to school and prosper and find employment and get a pension fund. You know, all the great things that you need in this economy to thrive, not only survive. And so I figured that while I do have some time and I do have some means, I would do something to pay for it a little bit. So that was the inception. That was the goal. That was where my mind was at a year, almost 15 months ago. And so we embarked on that journey, and we did that. I streamed every day of 2024, and the goal was to stop streaming then after that year. I like the notion, the exclusivity of it, the limited time offering, if you will. But after meeting so many amazing people and building a community, I figured that it was maybe a little bit too premature and maybe a little bit selfish of me to go like that, just disappear. So we're still here. We're still streaming. Not every day, but most days. I have a schedule, usually Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, but I do stream more than that. Most weeks I stream maybe 5, 6 days out of every week now. But yeah, so um, I do still stream, and throughout this journey, I have figured out so many things, and I still have a lot to understand. But I want to impart you with some knowledge, because I see so many people coming into the space with delusions of grandeurs, with delusions of riches, and I want to really correct that weird social belief that streamers make a ton of money. Uh, the fact is, the space is extremely oversaturated. There's every week, you know, like right now, there's 123,000, almost 124,000 live channels right now on Twitch, and that's not counting Kick, that's not counting Facebook, even though smaller, much smaller space, and it's not counting Twitch, YouTube live streams, and it's not counting now Twitter live streams, and probably in a future near you, Discord live streams. So there's a lot of players in the game, in the space, and there's a lot of people. There's a lot of personalities, and in order to thrive in this space, you need to bring something special. And fact of the matter is, not a lot of people can really come on top. Most of the views will be directed towards a certain very few elite, and we know a lot of these players. We know the Ludwigs, we know the Kai Sanat, we know the Asmongols, the Asan Pikers, the Will Neffs, and the Moist Criticals. We know, and that's just North American players. But there's Ibai, and there's so many people from other countries that are huge, and most of the views are funneled towards them. And so, what I want to correct, and misconception that I really want people to get rid of, is that um, coming into the space will make you rich. It's not going to be the case, and for 99.9% of the people, it's never going to be the case. It's never going to be the case. probably for me. I got nothing special. I'm just a yapper and a gamer, and I'm an average gamer. I do some good things, and I do have a good joke sometimes, and I do have some good yaps. But at the end of the day, I'm just a dude. That's all. So I did learn quite a few things, and uh, to grow as a creator, and I will impart you with that knowledge. Um, so, without further ado, let's say we're gonna do an about top 10 tips that I can give you, um, that will help you uh, get a better foothold in the space if that's something that you are interested in. And so, first, as I said, don't get into it thinking that it's lucrative. It is not. There's, on an average 7 days, there's about 2,300,000 or so viewers. That's on a 7 day average. And there's tons of live channels. Channels on an average, there's about 94K, 95K channels live on Twitch, and I'm talking about Twitch stats here. On a 7 day period, there's a lot of people, and a lot of them are, well, streamers themselves. So, what I would say is, you know, don't get into it thinking that you're gonna make money or that, and please don't get into it on your last financial legs. It will kill your motivation. It will kill your pleasure and your fun, and it will your desperation will show through the lens, through the camera, or through your voice if you don't have a camera. People sense that. We have, we have something called empathy as social animals, human beings, and we can feel when somebody's living through stress and anxiety. And one thing is for sure, streamers, not streamers, but viewers don't want to watch a streamer that will make them feel bad for not having the financial resources to back them up. At the end of the day, we all have bills to pay, and times are hard. And viewers, a lot of them, just don't have the means to pay for another subscription. Because that, at the end of the day, that's what it is. You pay for a subscription to a Twitch channel, which is almost the cost of a subscription to Apple TV nowadays. So, get into the right headspace. If you want to stream, thinking that you're just gonna enjoy a nice new hobby, you're gonna discover yourself through it, you're gonna um, develop some skills, whether they're social skills or technical skills. You're just gonna evolve, just learn and do it for yourself, but more through the idea of learning rather than financial gain. Because just so you know, I mean, I have been streaming 15 months almost. I have streamed almost 2,500 hours in 15 months. This is the money that I've made, and I've given it all away to charity. By the way, I don't keep any of it because I have a career. That's just a hobby. So I haven't given it all back. So as you can see, the ratio is about $2 an hour. You'd make better money being an Uber driver or a DoorDash driver or whatever, driving services that are out there. You make much better money doing that than doing this, because that doesn't count even the time that I have invested doing video editing and content editing and just posting on Twitter and posting on Facebook and YouTube and all of that stuff. None of that is counted in this tally. This is just my pure online hours. I have done at least half of that offline, if not more. So just be mindful of that. That's a ton of time and it's not a lot of money. So do it with the idea that you're going to enjoy a nice new hobby and just have fun. Do it for yourself rather than for financial gain, because that's not common, and that's not gonna come probably ever or for a very long time. So just be mindful of that. So, another tip: schedule. Do have a schedule. Stick to the schedule. People need to know when to find you, where to find you. They need to know what days you're gonna be on and at what time. For me, last year, easy. I was on every day. I was on every day from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. That was my thing. That's it. There was nothing else to it. It was easy, and that really, really, really helped. Now this year, it's a little bit different. I'm on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, as I said, and but I'm more oftentimes I'll be live more than those days, but they're not guaranteed committed days, so I have no expectations of anything. On those days, don't I just go online because I don't have any plans and I want to shoot the breeze. I want to have fun. But I have a schedule and it's well known. People know it. They know when to expect me and where to expect me, and they'll know what I'm gonna do. I post it on Twitter and I post it on my Discord, so people know what to expect. Second, another tip. No, we're not second. Third, always raid out. Always raid out. So when you stream, there's a function where you get to transfer your community. God damn, there's hair everywhere. My hair is out of control. Where you get to transfer your community to another person that is live. When you're done being live, don't just sign off and leave. Raid out. It's a sign of respect for your community because you're not leaving. You're not leaving him uh, hanging out to dry. You're transferring them to somebody else that you gotta have vetted, ideally, that that's interesting to you, that has something to offer that's akin to what your vibe is. So that gives them something else to watch, something else to do, and it's respect to them, and it's bridge building for you. Because well, now you're known to another streamer, and you're known to their community, and now, well, hey, you gotta put in the door, so you got a little bit of a something to talk about with them and their community, um, and from there on out, I have made so many friends through raids, through chatting with the streamer, and then chatting with their community, and my community bled into theirs, and theirs bled into mine, and it's just a big old happy family. But always raid out. It's a great tool. It's a great tool to extend a hand and build a bridge. Do that. Now, having said that, don't overstretch yourself. Like if you've gotten to know a couple, streamers and peers in the field, don't go into 10 rooms at a time saying hi to every streamer, and then they'll engage with you, but you'll already be gone because they'll that one. I know a few people who do that. I see them. I know them, and I know who are not really my friends, or who are trying to play all the field, like play everybody, and just be on everyone's good graces and good sides, while not very caring about anyone really. So don't overstretch. I'd say, you know, people see through it. So it goes into that other advice: commit to one or two rooms, one or two streams at a time. Have that interaction with them, and just say hi, communicate, interact with them for a couple minutes. It doesn't need to be you don't need to dedicate yourself to that room for a crazy amount of time. You can just be there a couple minutes, say hi and dip, but announce that you're leaving. Say, hey, all right, it was great chatting. Um, I'll stay here. Like I'll stay in the room. I'll support, but I gotta go. I got some other things, and then move on. But at least the streamer will know that you're out, and that if they interact with you, well, you're not gonna be there, because I've interacted with so many people that actually dipped without really knowing, and I was kind of left hanging, like waiting for something that never came, and it sucks. It sucks that you're kind of stopping in your tracks for somebody, but they're already gone. It's a little bit of a sign of disrespect. And checking on the side, I have a couple monitors, and checking on the side, I could track exactly where they went and see with whom they interacted. And I saw them jump from room to room saying hi to the streamer, but most importantly, to other viewers in their rooms, as to let them know that they're there. Hey, so be wary of that. Uh, there's a lot of people that fake interest, so to speak. So don't be that. Don't be that way. Be better. Uh, get into a conversation. Make it known when you leave, and people will appreciate and respect that, and respect you for your integrity and honesty. Now, check your user list regularly. Check your user list. It is important. I would say, I'm going to show you something here. Like, check your user list. When you're streaming, you have a user list here. Check who's here, because that way you know who's there. You know who are your friends, and you know who supports you, and you know who don't really support you or don't really care. And show support for the people that do care about you. That is primordial, because the space is mostly comprised of peers, and other peers will just want to, kick back, relax after their stream, and they will find a stream to hang out with, or they will open a tab or two and watch other like friends in the space while they do their things to boost their number. So do be mindful of that. Do check who checks you out, who stays with you, and reciprocate. Because otherwise, after a while, if you don't reciprocate, people will stop. People who thought you were their friends, they will stop. They will stop coming towards you, and they since you're not reciprocating and you're not showing back that support. Well, they will say, you know what, fuck it. I'll go see somebody else who appreciates my time, and that's fair, because the thing is, the space is comprised of a lot of support for support. So do be mindful of that. Check who's here, and be there for them as they are there for you. Also, try to find collabs with other like-minded streamers. So after you've built these bridges, these raids, and that you've been a good ethical streamer here, well, now you got friends. So hey, collab. Find nice things to do with them. Do, I don't know, puzzle nights. Do multiplayer nights, community nights. Just have fun. Find some nice games to play together. And just enrich each other's lives and communities by collaborating and finding nice concepts and ideas to spend some time with. All right. Now think about fun stream concepts and challenges. For instance, I did a pepper buffet in December. I did a Vegemite tasting. I did so many things. I did a Hollow Knight sit down. I sat down with the game 35 hours with the goal of beating the whole thing like 112% in one sitting. Coming from like no knowledge at all. So that was a fun stream. 35 hours. That was a marathon stream. Um, find nice concepts, interesting novel ideas that you can offer within reason, of course, nothing that will undermine your health or safety, but nice ideas, challenges that you think are fun that you could present to your community. Something that's either never been done before or that's rarely seen. People like that. Um, Now, make compelling panels and banners and organize your info. I wanted to show you this. So, like, I still have much work to do myself in that regards. But as you can see here, like, I have an about, I have a description, and then I have nice little channels here with my schedule, with my YouTube link, my Twitter link, what my PC is, my Facebook link, the games that we finished on stream, all of it since I began streaming. Those are all the games we played and completed live. My contact email if you want to donate to the charity that I support. All of that is organized and for everyone to see. So think about what you want to present. Think about artwork. You can, what I would say, if you want, you can buy things on Etsy. If you wanna, you don't know where to start, check on Etsy. Find panels. Find just starting stream screens, ending screen scenes, um, banners, emotes. There's a lot of stuff that you can get to start with on the cheap on Etsy. It doesn't cost a lot. It adds a lot of value, and it looks. People are gonna care in what you do as much as you care in what you do yourself. So do think about that and do offer a certain level of uh, panache to what you do. People will appreciate it. And I would say now, if you have the means, do giveaways. Giveaways are a great way to reach out, to come out from the noise. People, of course, it attracts sometimes just people who want a free game, but it is on you once people have put that foot in the door and have manifested themselves into your life, into your stream. It's on you to capture their attention and capture that audience. Now that's your responsibility. And if you want a repeat viewer, well, that's on you to be on your best game. So be welcoming, be friendly, be fun, do something interesting, talk with them, just be interactive and be pleasant, be funny. And but giveaways do work. If you have the means to do that, do giveaways. Now there's many ways to do giveaways. You can do a giveaway where you will give out a code to a game at the end of the stream for people who are in the chat room. There's channel point redeems. If you want to buy a ticket for a raffle, redeem the ticket through channel points. People accrue channel points after spending a certain amount of time in your room when you're affiliate, of course. But through channel point redeems, you can have tickets, and at the end at certain intervals, You can proceed to a raffle. There's so many ways that are fun, that are engaging, that you can motivate people to stick around. And you don't have to be rich to offer something nice, and it makes a ton of difference. So do think about giveaways. It's a great, great tool. Now, I would say that's pretty much what I've learned. Um, there's of course so many other things out there. Like, do have a Discord server, be active in your Discord server, do announce what you're gonna do. So there's a lot of little asides here and there, but the more that you do, the more that you will get back. Uh, the more you do, the more you'll get. So if you do have a YouTube and post funny clips all the time and um, videos of your streams, like edited down versions of a stream or a playthrough or a review or whatever you do, if you have a YouTube, that's a great, great way to have a foot in the door of that algorithm, and then Twitter, and then Facebook, and TikTok. As many algorithms as you have the time to dabble into and to offer your content on, well, the more you'll get back. So do think about that. But yeah, I mean, there's so many things, and I have barely scratched the surface. Really, there's just an infinite amount of things you can do. The problem is that we all lead busy lives, and we have a limited amount of time to invest in all of that. So do whittle it down to the core and what you have time to do. And I'd say if you have time to do one thing, it's just be on Twitch and do it ethically. Be an ethical peer. Be friendly. Be open-minded, but be respectful of people's time, and don't overstretch yourself. And don't if you don't have time to be friendly or friends with 10 people, well, be friends with 5 or 4 or 3, but be there and be the good friend that they need you to be, and they'll be there. And if they don't show up, well, then stop and move on to other people deserving it. So yeah, that's it. That's what I've learned. But don't come into it thinking you're gonna be rich or make money. It's mostly never gonna happen. Never. I just want to be clear about that one thing. It's not gonna happen. And if it does, well then, goddamn, nice. You'll be one of those lucky ones. But you're probably not gonna make a cent or meaningful money. You'd better be an Uber driver. All right. So just think about it, and that way you will be an accomplished, funny, interesting voice in the space. Otherwise, if you look at the numbers, it will literally crush you, and at that point, you'd be better off doing something. So that's it. All right, boys. Have a great one, and well, I'll see you live. All right, bye.